What's poppin', y'all? One of the most bizarre moments that's happened this past week and hilarious explanations was done by none other than Maul on the Rory and Maul podcast about why he didn't show up to Jay-Z's show any of the 3 nights that he did in New York City. So important context here is Maul is the brother of Kareem Biggs Burke. That was one of the 3 founders of Rockefeller. It was Jay-Z, Dame Dash, and Kareem Biggs Burke. And Maul had maintained a relationship and had always spoken highly of Jay-Z. He's a very big New York guy as well. But he's a Drake guy. He will never say anything positive about Kendrick Lamar. And he's one of the first people. Their podcast was when they kind of previewed push-ups. They said like drop and give me 50 and then push-ups would come out. And after that, Maul would get a lot of information and tips and things from Drake that he would bring to the public, similar to an Academics, which is interesting because Academics and Maul are mortal enemies. But he would explain why he didn't show up.
One of the reasons why I didn't go to any of the shows this weekend was because I know this is Jay's last run. Like I know this is it. Like, and I don't want to face that as just a fan, as somebody like I don't want to.
It's like going to the funeral of somebody you love. You can't do.
I don't want to face that, bro. Like this is the epitome of, this is it. This is the victory lap. This is, like I'm done, bro. I'm 60 years old. This is just looking back at everything I've done, the moments that I've created, the music I've given, the culture and things like that. And I don't know if I was ready, ready to see that. It was just too much. It was like, nah, let me just chill. I'll see the clips, some streams here and there. But I was just like, I'm not ready to see Jay on stage in New York, possibly for the last time. Nah, I'm not ready for that, man. It's not, because then it's what's next? What's after that? What do we have after that? Like it's some real questions and conversations we have to have coming off of this whole run right here. Like what's next? Okay,
we're on the same page here that this is complete and utter BS, right? Like, what kind of reasoning is this? Hey, my grandma, my family, I just knew she was about to go out. Like, she was going to pass away. She was so ill. I didn't want to see her in the hospital. I couldn't help but see her like that, in that state. Of course, you could say dying and your career ending are 2 totally different things. Metaphorically, though, the thing is, it's a celebration. If you know that it's going to be Ye's last show, and it's not, I'm going to fake retire, which Ye has never done. That's how you know this guy's married to the game. He's never done the fake retirement, which every rapper has done, including Jay-Z, including even, has Lil Wayne done it? Nah, I think Lil Wayne, I don't even know if it's in his blood to retire. That guy wakes up rapping. But he was very frustrated with his deal at one point, and I think that discouraged him. But any artist who has impacted you in any way whatsoever, you hear that it's going to be their last show, this is their last hurrah, are you going to miss it? Especially if it's family and you would supposedly get preferential treatment? No way you're missing that. And when has Maul ever struck you as the ever so sentimental, emotional type of guy that's going to break down at something like this? Like if Rory said that, you could somewhat make sense of it, although he's a massive Jay-Z Rock Nation glazer. But the truth is, I don't believe he was going to be welcome there. And the reason for that is because he showed up to the Roots picnic. Well, actually, Rory showed up to the Roots picnic where, if you guys recall, that's where Jay-Z did the freestyle where he took shots at Drake. He took shots at Drake, Nicki Minaj, all of these different people. And this was in Philly. That was the first thing that Jay-Z came out and popped out and did, including the hair that he got clowned for, and he immediately changed it. So you can tell that Jay-Z's very reactive right now.
Okay. I will fast forward. I went to the after party that Jermaine Dupri was throwing. And the first moment I saw him, he said, "I need you to FaceTime Maul right now." I said, "JD, we're in a club. We're at a party in a section. B. Cox, Sean, pretty women." Yeah. He said, "FaceTime Maul." He didn't even say, "Hello, Rory." Yeah. FaceTime Maul right now. Yeah. I give him my phone. Maul answers. JD doesn't say hi to Maul. He starts screaming in a club around women, "Pick a side of the family."
Oh my God.
And just starts screaming.
Terrifying the whole.
What side of the family are you picking? And mind you, it was funny in the club, but all of us around in the section were like, what side are you going to pick?
Y'all are crazy, man.
You and I have not spoken this weekend.
No.
I have been at the edge of my seat, and we could do a breakdown of this freestyle first.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where my head is at the moment. No one wins when the family feuds. And it's your family.
It depends on,
you're the feud.
It depends on who in the family is feuding.
So is it any coincidence that Rory gets pressed and Jermaine Dupri tells him to call Maul at that moment? It was Tasha K. I got to give her credit. She was the first one to leak this information, but she said that Rory got kicked out of a section, and it wasn't the exact details that we got from Rory. But here, Jermaine Dupri, who is tight with Jay-Z, is telling him, hey, look, you don't want to choose the other side, which is Drake. And I'll get into why I think Maul chose the right side. But this happens. That's an oddity, right? So what do you think is going to happen? Maul knew not to show up. Maul didn't show up to the Roots picnic event. That's why they pulled up on Rory. If they pulled up on Rory with that type of energy, how do you think they would have pushed up on Maul? Maul is family, but they would have been aggressive and they would probably been yelling at him, and he would have been in a compromising situation. But he would tell them what he was doing.
Depends on who in the family is feuding. But I will say this, though. The funny shit about all of this is Drake is the one that told me about this freestyle. Because I was watching the Spurs game.
Fair.
Like, I wasn't online. I wasn't online. It was Game 7 was on. You know, the Knicks is waiting. I'm trying to see who the Knicks going to get. Like, so I'm not even paying attention to my phone, nothing. So I think it was halftime or something. So I look at my phone and I see text from Drake, and I'm just reading it, and I'm like, okay, so he did, which we all said was probably going to happen. Won't get into what our conversation was from there.
He said, "Nigga, get your uncle."
No, he didn't say that. But
that's so great. He's talking to Drake during this. I'm next to Biggs on the riser. I chose the side.
Oh
no, but
I'm with Biggs.
But the whole thing,
Biggs is on the riser with us.
I don't know what's happening. So everything that we talking about, I don't even know what was said. So he was picking out certain things that he said. But the one thing that Drake said was like, yo, but what's up with the hair? Like that was with everybody. So now, mind you, I haven't seen a picture.
They're gonna kill Drake for that because never mind.
No, but the what's up with the hair is what everybody was saying. Like everybody was shocked at Jay's. We've never seen Jay with an afro.
That is a fact.
And the last time we saw him, he had wicks down in the middle of his back. So it was kind of like, is that a wig? Is he cosplaying right now? Is this some NWA? Is he on his Eazy-E?
So the excuse Maul uses for not being there was he was watching the game and he wasn't even online. But he slips up. Well, I don't think he slips up, but he says, yeah, we predicted he was going to do something like that, like take shots at Drake. So I think Maul knew that these shots were going to happen. He didn't want to be present there, and he decided to stay home. Same thing for the New York City event. And we know that the way that Jay-Z moves, I just have the utmost respect for it because he sends out all of these other people to look like absolute fools, and he never does anything outright. It's kind of like a slippery eel. Like people want to grab onto it. Well, people don't. They want to worship this eel. But you want to grab onto it, and it just slips out of your hand because Jermaine Dupri's the one crashing out over there. LeBron James says that he asks Jay before he makes his decisions in life. And then isn't it funny that he shows up to the pop-out show when Jay-Z also puts Kendrick Lamar on the halftime show, and he's so tight with Jay-Z and knows what that would do to Drake? And Maul, I wouldn't say he chose Drake, but he rides heavy for somebody that's his man's. And this is the best example of somebody that made the right decision. Because what has being with Rock Nation done and loyalty done for Charlemagne? Charlemagne is in business with them, but he lost a lot of credibility now knowing that he pretty much lied to everybody and swindled them and told them that, hey, by the way, Times Square, where I don't even live, we're going to bring a casino there, or it needs a casino. Doesn't disclose that he's involved. He's like, yo, because think about it. If it's a positive thing, say, yeah, I'm in this with Jay. That's something that you would brag about. That you were in business with Jay-Z to bring a casino, that's a badge of honor. So why wouldn't you talk about the badge of honor? Like when he was on that interview with Academics, he talks about, yeah, Arsenio Hall, and these are my idols, and I'm actually publishing one of their books. Nobody asked for that information, but you disclosed it. And that's not as big of a deal as coming into a deal for a casino with Jay-Z of all people. But with Maul, why would he pick Jay-Z? What would he win? Oh, loyalty to what? What has Jay-Z done for him versus what has Drake done for him? Directly, Drake has assisted this guy's career. He has kept his podcast relevant. He has made him into one of the mainstay figures in hip-hop after Joe Budden. After these guys had that first initial spike, when they left Joe Budden, which happens to anybody that leaves a major network, influencer, whatever, people that leave No Jumper, they have a spike. People that leave anything have a major spike in the beginning. Like Candace Owens, she left and she had a major spike, but she was able to carry it. And I mean, she sunk that ship. She sunk that Daily Wire ship and just took all the gold, the doubloons, and now she's killing it. Views-wise and money-wise, I'm talking about. I don't really know what the hell she's talking about. That lady is a bit off her rocker, or she's completely doing a bit. I don't know the difference, and I don't see anything from her to really make that assessment. But if Jay-Z's not helping your career advance, and Drake is, which how much of Drake supporting Maul and giving him all of this information is because he doesn't like Joe Budden, and he's taking shots at Joe Budden by being this tight with Maul? I don't know. So a similar thing with Academics. Because I don't think that Maul and Rory are guys that are really shifting the conversation around everything, that they're needed. But he's also responds to and is in constant communication with Adam 22 of No Jumper, which you could say, like, when it comes to broad scale hip hop conversations, that Rory and Maul are a lot more, like, pound for pound stronger than No Jumper in that regard. No Jumper's more general entertainment, characters, a cast, and all that other stuff. So Maul, I think he ducked that whole situation, and I think he realized, number one, I do believe he's a loyal guy, and number two, I think he realized, what benefit do I get? I'm just going to be cast aside, or I'm going to be thrown to the wolves and just defend this guy, look crazy, and I get nothing out of it, and he wins. Like, if it works, he wins. My career doesn't advance in any way, and he's done nothing for me. I don't think Jay's done anything to look out for this guy in the past 2+ years. And Maul is privy to a lot more stuff than we are in regards to the Cold War between Drake and Jay, which I think Jay is a lot more bothered by what's going on than Drake. I don't think Drake is tripping off it. I think he looks at it like funny now, especially Drake's back on top. I think Jay is the one that's spiraling a little bit, because how many times has Drake been made fun of for his hair? Whether it's the heart thing that he put on, whether it was the hair clips, whether it was painting his nails, and you never saw him switch it up immediately after. You never saw him do that. And that's something that I didn't think I'd see out of Jay-Z. And we're seeing that. And we're seeing him address things. And that's something that is out of character for him. So I do think Jay-Z is not, I wouldn't say stressed out, because he's a guy that's a lot more calm emotionally, I would assume, at least outwardly so. But Maul made the right decision here. And some of these other guys, I wouldn't say they should have chose a team, but for instance, DJ Khaled, yeah, Drake has done a lot more for DJ Khaled than Jay. A$AP Rocky, yeah, he should have chose Jay-Z, because I said it in a tweet, but it's not important that I read you guys this tweet. But A$AP Rocky benefited directly. The reason why he's free is because Roc Nation got him a lawyer. And you could say the Rihanna connection, and there was already tension between A$AP Rocky and Drake, but maybe there's something involved to it where Jay-Z and Roc Nation get the lawyer for Rocky because he's going at Drake, and he was one of the many people that went at Drake. It's kind of interesting that everybody that's gone at Drake has some affiliation or gets some support for Roc Nation, or has turned away from Drake. They're tight with Jay-Z right now. But I do like this Cold War. I hope it continues. I don't want to see any diss tracks. Like, Drake should never mention Jay-Z. After the Kendrick beef, Drake shouldn't give anybody another beef, to be fair. He has done too much. He didn't need to respond to Kendrick Lamar, because everybody that glazes and slobbers on Kendrick Lamar, it irritates me when they use the same argument why he was ducking Joey Badass. Joey Badass was giving bars. He was going up and down that West Coast. Any rapper in LA from Long Beach to what, I don't know, Northern Hollywood, whatever neighborhood, to Pacoima. Pacoima, I think, is north of Hollywood, is it? My geography might be a little bit off. But from down south, there wasn't any Dago rappers he was going at. Joey Badass spanked all of them, calls out Kendrick, and then the bars guy, the guy that's the boogeyman, just goes ghost, poof. And they say it's because, oh man, you know, Joey, he's not popping enough for Kendrick to respond to him. Man, the way the goalpost gets moved. That's why you just don't interact with these people. You just let them lose their mind themselves. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Also, one thing I do like that Maul did is that he's not being disparaging towards Jay-Z. He's not being disrespectful. He is not like kicking him. I wouldn't say while he's down. Jay isn't down. But he's maintaining, not the relationship, but he's like, hey, I'm not going to kick these guys while they're down. I'm with my mans. I'm supporting my mans. I'm not anti whatever is going on. And me showing up to a show where something like this happens, or me being pressed about, oh, pick a side, I'm not going to do that. That's not going to look good for my mans that's tight with me. So I'm rocking with him. But I'll see y'all in the next one.